Hey folks, this video is about Naga.com and showing some of the high win rate traders on the platform. So I'm just going to go over a few of the best ones I think I found and just point out a few things of interest and what to watch out for. So what I did, if you go to the top traders tab in Naga.com, keep all of these open in terms of worldwide, location worldwide, people, everyone. You want to get the best traders, doesn't matter where they are. And the time periods, 6 months or 12 months. You can do a month, but you really want, for consistency, you want to go over like a longer time period, so 6 months or 12 months. And then the only ones you really need to worry about are profits made, profit for copiers, and successful copiers. So the top three there. And then what you do is you can look over. They have like the top three here in each particular sort of category there. And then what I did is just go over the top 10 really, and then pick out the traders that have high win rate. And then I basically filtered out the traders that had kind of maybe some erratic trades or some losses, maybe too many losses, or basically I've filtered out what I see to be are the most consistent traders. Okay, so that's how I sort of search through. So let's just jump in. So Mr. Smith here. So the kind of things you're looking for, this is like each trader has a home page. So I'm just going to go to the feed here, and there's feed, stats, and trades, and you'll be looking at all of these three. But the things you're looking for initially is like the win rate here, so it's 97%. Silver trader, so it's got silver, gold, and crystal. I mean that's how Naga kind of rates them, depending on a few different things. I think the size of their account, or I don't really pay that much attention, to be honest. The number of copiers. So are their copies increasing? So this guy's increased about 200% in the last 30 days. So people are recognizing that this guy is worth copying. So you've effectively got a whole ton of copy traders doing this similar kind of exercise as what we're going to do now. So in total, we've got 154 auto copiers. So it's not bad. And the kind of things you're looking for on the sort of home page or the profile page for traders is you want some information here at least. Now it doesn't have to be, and some of them don't have any information here, and then it's down to just looking at the performance. So, but it's good, nice to see if they have at least some information here in their profiles. It's a full-time trader. Lots of experience, psychology, knowledge behind success. Be patient, you'll be paid. He's talking. He very transparent about his leverage. So his leverage is 1 to 100, which is probably about average for traders. He's even offering to set your account to copy. So the sort of settings for you to sort of copy him as a copier. So which is nice. Other small things like having a pinned item here, it's quite nice today. He's got a pinned item, so most traders actually don't do that, but it's quite nice to see. Just all of these things are little clues that this trader's got his act together and is concerned about copiers, basically. And in the feed, then we're in the feed sort of posts here. The main thing is that they show you sort of like the weekly kind of totals of how many. So this is Friday today, and so this trader's opened 43 trades and invested a total amount of 8,000. So that's like the equity of the size of the trades that he's trading in. You can start to see what they're trading in. So this guy's doing mostly currencies, which is good. And then they have things like the closed trades. So didn't make much profit in terms of the closed trades, but that's fine. You're not, you don't want, you actually pretty don't really want to see massive profits every week. It pretty shows that they're taking too much risk, for example. And it just shows the actual trade. You can actually copy individual trades as well, but I don't personally don't do that. And if you keep scrolling down, you can see previous weeks as well, but I just generally look for the current or previous week. In any case, you don't really need to do that. You're going to see everything in here in the stats and trades. So if you go to stats, what's impressive, when you press the stats tab, just go to all time as well. So this guy's quite new, so for July this year started trading, but what's impressive about this guy that's pretty more so than anyone else I've seen, this is a straight line up going from left to right. I mean, that's you very rarely see that, sort of trading is always going like this sort of thing. So that is extremely impressive. And below that, actually today he's just sort of made sort of the first loss. No trader wins 100% of the time. It's not the way it works. So but in general, this guy's just going up and up and up, and I'm sure it's going to continue. More than likely, at least. And then below the chart, you've got like copiers and autocopiers. Copiers and autocopiers. So autocopiers are just, as it says, just the autocopiers that are not choosing individual trades. And I think copiers, like as I sort of alluded to, you can go through feed and you can choose individual trades, but I don't see the point. It's just you want to save time. You want to leverage these platforms. You want to autocopy, in my opinion. But even so, the copiers are doing okay, 9%. Average return on investment for autocopy is about 15%, which is pretty good. Although you don't know what time periods that's over, so some might have been copying for like a few days, some for a few months, some for longer. So, all of these things you've got to sort of consider that kind of time frame and take things with a pinch of salt. But it's a good sign that it's had 639 copiers, and the average return for those copiers each has been about 15%. So that's not bad. That's that losing trade there. This is the largest losing trade, so there's always going to be some losing trades there. You're always going to see that as negative, and at some level, what a warning sign would be is if that's a really large losing trade, but that's fine. I mean, again, in the additional info, you've got drawdown figures, so what kind of how low negative did this trader go over a particular time period, and so basically nothing. 0.26 over 3 months, and 100% of weeks have been profitable. Not bad at all. So they're the kind of things you're looking for on the stats. You're looking for that line going up without too many losses along the way. And this is just a profit chart, so this is not the size of their account. This is a profit that they've made. Nice steady profits. So, and then always look at the trades as well. It shows the previous 20 trades, so you can get an idea of the kind of size trades they're doing. The deposit here for each trade isn't necessarily what if you were copying them 100%, if you auto copy, if you were to copy them 100%, I'll show you this in other ones. I'll show you how to protect your trades. Your deposit would probably be, if they're using leverage, your deposit would be bigger than this. So I'll show you how to calculate that in a second. But it gives you an idea of the kind of trades they're making, the kind of size of the trades, and you see what they are making on their profit and loss. So this is 5th of November today. So these are all the trades on the 5th of November. So he's done about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 trades. Obviously he's had that loss today, but before that, at 97%, it's usually a sea of green. What I've looked at this guy before, it's always been green. So if we take, say, if we take 3rd of November, yeah, I mean, if we made more trades, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all at about, say, average about, say 10, it's about 60 euro. And if you imagine that day after day after day after day going up 60, 78 euro, then it starts to add up. Yeah, so that's what you're looking for really. Um, ideally you want to see all these as green. I'm looking for high win rates. The reason you might think, oh yeah, the higher the better. Actually, it can be more risky for your account. The reason being is that because the win rate is so high, what a lot of these high win rate traders are doing is sitting on trades and waiting for them to come back. If they've gone against the trader, what they usually have is like maybe fairly large account sizes themselves, and they're sitting on these trades, and so their margin is not not at risk because they've got large account sizes, and then they're just waiting for them to come back. So the best example of this, or a good example of this, is this guy here, Ant-Man 2. I wouldn't necessarily advise following him, which is surprising because he's almost at 100%. You could look at his trades here, all green, as they usually are. But again, the reason they're all green is because this guy is sitting on trades and waiting for them to come back. And who knows how many of those trades, are sitting in the background. So if we go to stats, and just see what this guy's trading. Another big no-no for me, a red line that I don't go over, is copying traders that copy oil because it's just far too volatile. Let's have a look at the oil chart here. So just to show you, this is over a month. This is oil, crude oil, and it's, as you can see, the volatility is spiking up, then spiking down even worse. And even without the sort of spikes, it's going up and down like so much. There's too much risk involved with these kind of traders. If they make a bet here when they think it's going to go up and it goes, and you're copying them, and it goes down, they're protecting their win rate of like near 100%. So they've got the account size to wait for it to come back up. Now that could be days, it could be weeks, it could even be months, and I mean, you can copy them as long as you limit your size, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Then, you can do something similar without it affecting your margin. But if you don't do that, and you find yourself you've placed quite a lot of these bets because of auto copying these kind of high win rate traders, you can find your margin going down. You can get margin called. That's the risk with these high win rate traders. But I'll show you how to kind of mitigate that in a second. Also, Nasdaq 100 was also quite volatile. So they're the majority of this guy's traders. So even though it's 100%, I wouldn't follow this guy. I wouldn't copy him. Even with that, even with that steady profit line going from left to right. Let's go all time. Yeah, it's the same. I mean, it's good, but you'd need a large account size to really even copy trade this guy. So that's the risk. Was it the Nasdaq 100? And also you've got to look at things like leverage. So if you go to trades, so for example, this guy's what, 3.5 units of the Nasdaq 100. Now, if I was to buy 3.5 units, so if you go to the Nasdaq 100, you click on that, you go to the chart, and then go to lot size. See, just 0.1 is 60 euro. That'd be a deposit. So even if I was copy trading that, so lot size is 0.1, that'd be 60 euro. I mean, pounds, and this guy's got 3.5 lots or units for, what's that, about £80? But about the same, So he's using leverage, and if you copy this guy, you'd have to, if you've got a smaller account size, you either have to, this is auto copy page, you'd either have to go very low percentage, maybe 2, or what I normally do is go for an amount So the smallest amount is 40. And of course, you'd then be trading probably at, the sort of minimum lot size there. So I'd have to really do like 70 to sort of get to have that trade auto copied. So for smaller account sizes, that's the only way you can really follow these guides with any kind of degree of safety. So that's the risk. That's something to be highlighted. Don't think, oh, 100%, yeah, just follows. No. Doesn't work like that. On saying that, it is good. This guy's got good stats. If you've got a larger account size, maybe 4K, 4,000, and then you do that kind of risk management on your auto copy trades, then it's possible. So copiers have not done well out of this guy, but the auto copiers, again, about 15%, which is good. It's not bad. His large losing trade is 337. That's probably actually in the past. The all-time only goes back a certain amount, so that could well be in the past, to be honest. Okay, but 100% weeks profitable, and I hardly draw down. So still, the risk is, as I say, you can get margin called if these trades are building up. The copy trades are building up in the background and are going against you, even if you have limited the amount that you're copying. If there's lots of them being made, then they can still add up, So I wouldn't advise copying this guy. So the other ones that I kind of came across that look quite good, Robbie Hood. Yeah, not be patient. Well, yeah, it'd be nice to have like what we should be seeing here is what you saw in the other traders, where they show you, their leverage. They talk about maybe their strategy, who they are, maybe some links. I want to see more than just be patient. So the stats, however, are good. So go to all time, it's going up left to right in general. There's just one anomaly here, so that was a loss. And I just got trades being closed, some of my auto copy trades. So yeah, but in general, all these figures are green, which is good. Kind of what you're looking for. Copiers 4%, auto copiers 4%. Not great, to be honest. Copies, don't know, because you can still, and for auto copiers, you can still stop out your trades if you want to. So these guys can be hanging on to trades and waiting for them to come back to them, so they get this nice green line. But you as an auto copier, you have the option to, to protect your margin. You have the option to stop out the trades at a loss if you want to. If you think this is going to keep going down, you have that option. And so that's why these figures can differ from what the trader actually makes. So this trader he's trading Nasdaq 100, 60%, German DAX about 20%, a bit of silver, and then a tiny bit of crypto. 7% drawdown, maybe it's a little bit high, but most weeks are profitable. So it's pretty good. It's a little bit of an anomaly here, but yeah, there's also a degree of risk. This trade was possibly a larger trade. If you're auto copying at a smaller amount, probably would have missed it. So sometimes these traders do make some erratic trades, maybe for a larger, they make some larger trades. And if you're copying at a smaller rate, it's a good way to actually avoid those kind of larger, erratic, riskier trades. So, that's not necessarily an issue there. You'll probably avoid it as an auto copier. So again, you can see sort of the trade sizing here. Nasdaq 100, again, go through the same. So Nasdaq 100 0.5 costs made a deposit of 355. So Nasdaq 100. So what you do is you go to Nasdaq 100 in a separate tab, 0.5. So that would cost me 300, and this guy £300. And so yeah, I think it's about the same, isn't it? So I don't think this guy is actually using leverage, or is using similar leverage to what I've got on my account. The leverage is basically based on the actual asset class and what the general leverage level is set on your account. Yeah, you don't have to worry too much about that as a basic copy trader, but what you do need to do is, as I say, when you auto copy, if you've got a account size of up to about, say, 2K, you just want to go for the smaller trades. So if you go, and even percentage, even if you went at 25%, it's possible that the leverage on the traders that you're copying, the leverage can be changed on their account. It can go up. They can make a larger bet, and even though you're a sort of quarter, that could still represent quite a large bet on your account. So the safest way is not to do by percentage unless you're doing it like 2%, and then you can test that out and auto copy and see how it goes. There'll be a lot of trades that are skipped, but maybe the ones that aren't skipped, you still make profit on. But in general, what I tend to do is just go for the amount, and then maybe go for like between 40. So 40 is the smallest, 40 and 80 to maybe 90. And then see what kind of trades that you get off that, and if they're profitable. And like I say, in general, if you're leaving the sort of the auto copying, you're doing proper auto copying, you're just leaving it to the trader to close out the trades, because you're leveraging their expertise. And so as long as those trades are not too big, and then hopefully you'll kind of get a similar win rate for the trades that you're making as well. So they'll come back in profit, even if you are waiting for them to come back in the same way as the trader is. So that's Robinhood. So yeah, just moving along, there's a few others then. This guy, again, Moneymaker FX, good information here. Trying to have 10-20% a month, small lots, big profits, professional full-time trader. That's good. If you go to the feed, some of trades closed, 32 this week, $32,400 profit. So again, you see he's trading the US 30 Dow 30 index. Open this week, 32 invested. Now that's when that amount invested doesn't necessarily mean, I think, the actual size of the total equity that's got invested, but we'll see. If we go to so again, go to stats, go to all time. So he's been around since July. I mean, there's been periods where he hasn't been trading. Might be, the traders go on holiday as well, don't they? So when he's trading, that's pretty consistent. 99% profitable trades. He's building up his own profit here. So yeah, that's pretty good. 73% return on traders that are copying individual trades. 33% for autocopiers. I think that's the highest figures I've seen. Large losing trades, $7. So the risk is low here, you'd think. I think in those terms it is. There's no drawdown really. Most weeks are profitable, but so look, trades. So again, he's trading with leverage here. The US, the Dow 30, 0.5 units of Dow 30. Let's take a look. I think I've got it here. So this is the Dow 30, US 30. 0.5 would cost me £670, or it wouldn't cost me that. If I was to trade or auto copy that trade, the deposit on my account to make that trade in terms of the equity kind of the deposit equity needed for that trade that would be held against my account would be £670. This guy, €31. So yeah, I mean it's 100%. It's got 150 autocopiers. It's gone up 200% in the last 30 days. So obviously, it's a sea of green, because once again, unless this guy is really sort of doing some tight trades here in short space of time and not hanging on to trades, but to get that kind of 100%, more than likely he's hanging on to some trades and letting them come back to him if they've gone against him. Still, I mean, it's pretty impressive. It's all green. But like I say, he's the leverage on his account is going to be a lot higher than a normal a copy trader's account. So again, if you were to auto copy, I mean, so 0.1 unit there, which I think is for the US 30, is the smallest lot size. You can't go to 0.5 or anything like that. 0.1 is the smallest lot size. 134. That would sort of the equity on that, the deposit on that, for me to make a 0.1 lot size would be 134. So to copy this guy here, I would need to auto copy it around about that. So I'd need to go here, I need to go to amount, 140 maybe. And then, so he's making similar kind of bets or trades, 0.5 units, USA. So this is today. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 of the same trades, aiming to make these profits each time. So for me, that would be about sort of £700 or £800 equity. It's doable, but I could do that, for a few days, and then what you do is you just pause. So once you're copying someone, you can then go to the same form and then pause, and then wait for those trades to come back in profit, and then resume copying. So you can, I would do something like that initially if you're going to copy this kind of trader who's obviously using high leverage. So 2 more that I found that might be worth looking at. Harry Crum, great name. 99% win rate effectively. It's only got 4 autocopiers. So go to all time, December 2020. It's been around a while, so it's had that probably because it's got that big loss here. So it's minus 20,000 in one day. Again, some traders good traders still make erratic trades sometimes. You can't win every trade. So even though this doesn't really add up. So sometimes the figures on Naga I'm not completely sure about. Largest losing trade, $11, doesn't really tally. That's 19,000. I'm not sure what's going on there. But anyway, yeah, another warning sign. Again, I'm not sure that's right. 20%, 1/5 as profitable weeks. But if you go to the chart, switch to weekly, they're mostly profitable. So I'm not quite sure. Sometimes these figures don't seem to add up a little bit. But anyway, let's have a look at what he's trading. So what's good about this guy is that he's focused. He's not got lots of different asset classes that he's all over the place, like, trying to keep track of. He's just got silver and gold to keep track of. So, 190 winning trades, 2 losing trades. So that's good. He's a focused trader at least. The profits are generally consistent. Only one real anomaly there all time. And so let's have a look at the trades. Let's look at the 19%, 20% for autocopiers, but it's only 3. Probably because of this, I'm not sure. But the trades are, so there you go, that's silver. And I'm not sure if it's using leverage, but yeah, so again, all green apart from this one. So again, it's high win rates. The same story applies. He's waiting for trades to come back to him. Yeah, so generally though, he's getting his buys and calls, buys and sells right. So sort of knows what he's doing in terms of the direction of the market. Again, you just have to watch out for how many units, how you size your auto copying. So for example, with silver and gold, I think it's only 0.01 is the smallest unit, so that'd be about 100 euros there, just to open up, just to copy that trade effectively at 1/4. So if you auto copied, that's a bit slow. So if you auto copied this guy, again, I generally don't like percentages because you never know when they're going to sort of possibly put a larger trade in. So if you were to like copy it about 100, that would have copied that trade at like 1/4 of the size. So you'd have 0.1 or 0.01 units, lots of silver. And you can view all stats here, which is quite good, which shows things like profitable trades, 99% effectively, the kind of funds that they got under management for all traders that are copying them. Average holding time is 1 day, so this is actually good information. You can see that it's not generally not holding on to trades, which is a good sign, although it's an average, so bear that in mind. About 6 trades a day, and then the investment per trade, the average is about $450. You can see about half of the traders are copy traders are copying on the amount, not the percentage. I would always advise the amount because it protects you against different sizes that size trades that they might make. And finally, this guy here, Easy Life Media. So about 96% win rate. He's got 80 autocopiers. So he's been copied a lot in the last 30 days. It's gone up 7,900%, which is not bad. But what I like about Naga is you can do like a translation there if they have like a different language that they've typed in their profile. So that's good. He's telling you about himself. That's a good sign. I think he says down here he tends not to use leverage. He's got a Telegram channel there, so anything that gives you information from them that's outside Naga is usually also a very good sign. So on the feed, 46 closed trades this week and about $500 profit. I'm going to show you why I would advise not to follow this trader. And it's basically because he's trading individual stocks, even if he is doing it sort of fairly successfully. So open this week 33, invested about 4,600. So let's have a look at some of these. Let's have a look at stats first then. All time, heading in the right direction. All green here, which is always good as well. So 11% average return on investor for autocopiers. It's not too bad. Hardly any drawdown. 0.3%, 100% weeks profitable. So very small, largest losing trade. So I mean, you know, it's feasible to copy. Seeing as he says he's not using leverage as well, or not, you know, not excessive leverage. Look at the trades, but the reason I wouldn't copy this guy is because he's trading individual stocks, which means that you're paying Naga £2.50 in the UK. It's like £2.50 per trade just to put the trade in, even though you are auto copying. And then the copy fee is actually 85p, so you've got to make profit of at least £3, and that's in the UK, to actually make a profit. Now he's doing it here, but you'd have to copy him at that 100% level. So yeah, you know, you just need to go through the same exercise of seeing how much that would cost if you were to copy 100%. How much 3 units of Disney cost you? But you know, losses are small. He keeps his losses small and his wins bigger. So, but you know, again, he's trading. I think there's oil there. He's all over the place. You know, he's not just focusing on individual stocks like, you know, US tech. You know, he's also doing oil. He's also doing some currencies. So he's not focusing on one asset class. That's generally not a good sign as far as I'm concerned, because they're trying to spin too many plates. So yeah, and the fees you're paying each time are going to cut into your profits as a copy trader. So I would rather see the trades that I copy, sort of silver or gold maybe, the indexes like Nasdaq 100, German DAX, you know, or just currency FX trades, you know. So let's have a look then. This guy, this 3 units at about $100 for Walt Disney. So how much would 3 units cost me? So lot size 3 units will cost me, yeah, so about the same. So it's not, you know, this trader's got the same kind of leverage, or not using leverage in the same way that I might not be using leverage here. So to copy then would be kind of safer than, you know, than other traders that are using leverage. But it's just something to, you know, check each time before you copy someone. And yeah, in general, I just, you know, what's the point in paying fees for all of these? If he's stopping these trades at like £5, £6, fine. You're paying £3 just to make that copy trade. That's just not worth it. So anyway, but these guys were, as I say, these were like the most. Let's go back to my recommendation here, Mr. Smith. These were the most consistent in terms of not making losses, with a high win rate, and consistent trading record, you know. So anyway, hope that helps. If you have any experience with Naga, or any traders, or any tips about the Naga platform experiences, then please let me know in the comments, and I'll reply to any questions as well in the comments if I can. Okay, thanks for watching the video.